this is Chris. Hopefully everyone is having an awesome day, and welcome back to another mod showcase, where today we're showcasing the Simply Camping mod for 1.17.1, and it's a really simple mod that adds a bunch of awesome camping related content. So let's first get started with the biomes, and the first biome we're gonna cover is the pine forest. So the pine forest is basically like if a taiga and a dark forest had a baby and they gave it too many steroids. You know what, I don't even know what the frick I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna go straight into the air so you guys can get an aerial view of this biome. So this biome is freaking amazing. Just look at how huge this place is, and obviously it does have a lot of trees, but the other thing you'll notice is how freaking amazing the terrain is in this place. So here we are at ground level, and the first thing you'll notice is there's a lot of dark spots, so you're gonna get a lot of mobs, which makes this forest a little bit dangerous. But now let's keep walking through the forest, and you'll notice a golden substance on some of these trees, and that golden substance allows you to make what I think is the most important food item in this mod. So let's keep going until we find a bear. So there's one bear, and you'll notice that they're extra thick. And their final feature in this tour is the hot springs. So the hot springs are freaking amazing, and you'll see later on why they're so amazing, because they have some special properties. And the final biome we have is the pine forest's ugly brother, the dense pine forest. And I don't know why I just called it ugly, but I really don't like Potsol. Tried to change my mind. Actually, you know what? This ruined Nether Portal changed my mind about this forest. Anyway, you notice that it's just as dense as its other brother, so it's basically not that different. But the thing you'll notice is that sometimes you'll get mushrooms all over the place, and that's pretty much it. And also you'll get less bears, and you'll get less hot springs from what I've seen. You know what, forget what I said about the bears. Apparently now they're more common that I'm doing this showcase. Apparently they just want to ruin it. You know what, you didn't see anything. Holy frick, I was finally able to find a hot spring in the dense pine forest. And by the way, this is the only one I've been able to find, so they're extremely rare. And don't listen to the bears over there, because they were rarer before I started this showcase. So now that we're done with that tour, we can finally cover everything in detail, and the first thing we're gonna cover are the hot springs. So we're just gonna jump off here, break our legs, and that was a little bit too much. You know what, I got attacked by a bear on my way back, so now we're finally almost dead, and now we're just gonna walk into the hot springs with our broken legs, and we're just gonna start regenerating. So it's just regeneration 1, so it's not that powerful, but it is gonna work out. Holy frick, that lava reminds me of the time I almost got cooked in the hot tub, and I'm not even joking. I almost did, and it was really painful. Also, something you should know about these hot springs is you can't actually take the water, so you can actually take the water and put it in a bucket, but once you pour it out, it's just gonna be plain old water, and it's also gonna ruin your hot spring, so please don't do that. Next up, we have the brown bears, and holy frick, there's more than brown bears here. So here we have the brown bear, and this guy is aggressive, and holy frick, creeper, help me out. You know what, the creeper's probably gonna try and kill it, and here we go, it barely did anything. Thank you, creeper. And also, yeah, it's gonna be pretty great if you're in a hot spring while fighting him. He's in the hot spring too. And by the way, all they'll drop is a hot spring. What the frick did I just say? So they drop some leather, and they drop a weapon called the bear claw, which I'll show you later on in the showcase too. Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna show it off right here. So we're just gonna hit the creeper, and we're gonna try and kill it, and that barely did anything. But here are the stats. So you have 6 attack damage and 2 attack speed. So yep, these bear claws are really fast. Just look at the recharge time on these. That is freaking insane, and you know what, I'm just gonna run away. So now let's move on to the sleeping bag and the tent. And before we actually do anything, you have to collect something called cloth. So once you start breaking ferns, you'll get this cloth right here, and you can use this to craft the sleeping bag and the tent. So first, let's start with the sleeping bag. So the sleeping bag is just crafted with 6 cloth, and we're just gonna place this down. And by the way, this won't actually set your spawn point, and it also has a fixed rotation, so you have to keep that in mind. And you can also dye this, so we're just gonna dye it red. And now we're just gonna get into bed, and we're gonna wake up the next morning. But that's not it. You'll actually wake up with some hypothermia, and it's gonna take a while for it to just disappear, and your heart will be frozen, and then you just go back to normal. once you have been not exposed to the coldness of the night anymore. So now let's move on to the tent. So the tent is the only thing that'll protect you from getting hypothermia from sleeping in a sleeping bag. And I have no idea why the sleeping bag won't protect you. But anyway, the way it's crafted is with 4 cloths and 2 sticks. And then we're just going to place it on top. And it should be dyed. And by the way, yes, it does give you hypothermia even if you wake up immediately. But make sure to shift right click, and that should put the tent over, and that should also automatically dye it. So we're just gonna get in bed, we're gonna go to sleep, and we should wake up next morning with a stick stabbed through between our legs, and we haven't had any hypothermia over the night. Now, here we have a new campfire mechanic, and that is coziness. So coziness means that you'll slowly start healing around campfires. So yes, you can finally let the power of fire consume you. So we have finally made it to the golden substance on this tree, also known as sap. So sap can be collected by just scraping it off with an axe, and it should drop the item. So here we have the item, and this is some sap. But now you'll notice that there's a lot of these trees with some sap on them. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So if we go a little bit further, the tree sap is going to disappear. But once we're close enough, you'll notice the tree sap starts appearing again. So yep, it only spawns in areas where you're currently camping. So it obligates you to camp if you want some freaking marshmallows. And you know what? We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. So we're just going to craft some marshmallows. So all you need is 2 sap, 1 sugar, and you got yourself a marshmallow. Then you just need a stick and just stab it straight into the marshmallow. And now you have the marshmallow. So we're just gonna do it like this. Yes, it has to be diagonally like this. And now we're just gonna grab it and we're just gonna get close to the campfire and it should start cooking. So you'll see that goes through different stages. And you know what? Let me just go into survival and we're gonna keep cooking the marshmallow. So currently it's in its warm phase. Then it's gonna get golden brown. Then it's gonna get burnt. And then after a while, it'll get set on fire. So yep, I'm just gonna eat this set on fire one, so we're just gonna eat it. Dude, there we go. So let's see what happens. So yep, do not eat an on fire marshmallow because it'll set you on fire. And your marshmallows also have another state, which is the burnt state after they've been extinguished. So here we have a burnt marshmallow, and you can't cook it beyond this. I wish you could. And here's something else you should know about the marshmallows. So if you're not looking at the campfire, they won't actually cook. So we're just gonna look at the campfire and it should start cooking. But if we look upwards, it's gonna stop cooking because it's obviously not over the fire. And with marshmallows, you can actually make s'more related foods. So here we're just gonna put a golden marshmallow right here. We're just gonna put 2 breads and 2 cocoa beans, and we should have breaded s'mores. So here we're just gonna eat it, and let's eat this delicious meal. Oh yeah, that is so good. And by the way, the state of your marshmallow also determines what comes out. So here we're just gonna make it again, and we're gonna eat the fire version. So yes, you can make flaming versions of all of them if you want for some reason. You know what, I kind of realized I'm full, but let's move on to the next s'more item, and that is the cookie s'more. So we're just gonna build this. So you just need 2 cookies, 1 marshmallow, and 2 cocoa beans, and we're just gonna grab this, and look at this delicious... Wait, what the frick just happened? You know what? I think it was Horsican. I bet you it was Horsican. You know what? I'm just gonna go up here and see if he's here. Yep, he's here. I definitely knew it was him. Horsican, what the frick is wrong with you? I was in the middle of recording a video and you just frickin' teleport me. What the frick do you even need, Horsican?
I wanted some nice warm s'mores.
And that's why you teleported me? You know, you could have just waited until I was done with the showcase, right?
I know, but I just wanted them now. I know you also afraid to teleporter.
Oh, great, Horsican. Well, at least I'm just gonna go fishing because we're gonna move on to the next section, which has some fish-related stuff. You know what here, Horsican? Even though I'm angry at you, I'm just gonna give you this more, and now I'm just gonna leave. So now let's cover the fishing-related stuff. So we're just gonna grab some buckets, put our axe there, and now we're just gonna grab a fishing rod, and we're just gonna go fishing. So now we can actually fish over here, and we're just gonna wait a while until a fish actually comes. So here we have a fish, and you actually get the entire fish out of the water. So we're just gonna grab this boy, just so we won't actually abuse it a little bit too much. And then we're just gonna fish another fish, because there's actually another type of new fish here. And yes, it actually does give you puffer fish sometimes, so you better be careful what you receive. But let's just wait a little while until we get more fish. Finally, we got it. Where is the... No, bass, come back here. So yep, this is a really big fish. And also, let's just put it back in the water so we won't actually kill it. So you just see the massive size of this guy. So we're just gonna drop him off in the water. And just look at how big this boy is. This boy is freaking humongous. And it also has a lot of health compared to other fish. So yep, it has 20 health. And compared that to salmon and the other fish, they only have 3. So let's kill this guy until we have some fish. Alright, so we finally have some raw bass. So we're just gonna take it and cook it. So yep, we're finally gonna enter Chris and John's fishing shack. So hello boys, I'm just gonna grab this and cook it over here. So let's cook some delicious meal and we're just gonna eat it. So here we go. So we have some cooked bass, and this is probably gonna be a little bit refreshing. You know what, I'm just gonna wait until I have a little bit more hunger. So now I'm extremely hungry, and let's actually eat the bass. And it doesn't do as much as the s'mores. That's a little bit of a disappointment since that boy is freaking huge. Didn't you see the size of that guy? But anyway, I'm just gonna end off the video here. Anyway, that was it for today's mod showcase. So hope you guys did enjoy this mod, even if it's a simple mod. I really enjoyed camping after all of the parasites last time, so this was a relaxing experience. But anyway, don't forget to burn that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you happen to be enjoying my content. Let's try to get to 30 likes so I won't burn any more marshmallows. And hopefully you guys have an awesome day or night, and see you all later. Bye!